Alright, so I'll be walking you through an overview of the global airplane crash and fatalities, highlighting key trends, severity levels, and how crashes vary by time, operational type, and location. Starting with um, starting with the key matrices up here, we can see that we recorded about 5,268 total airplane crashes in this dataset. These crashes resulted in approximately 105,480 fatalities, including about 8,440 ground fatalities. The fertility rate is extremely high at about 72.97%, which is approximately 73%, indicating that most crashes unfortunately result in the loss of life. The average crash severity score is 20, showing that many incidents were major rather than minor. These figures immediately highlight how severe and deadly aviation accidents can be. On the left, we can see the total fatalities by aircraft type. Aircraft such as Douglas DC-3 Antover AN-26, Douglas C-47 account for the highest fatalities. These aircraft were widely used historically, especially for military and cargo operations, which explains why they are higher fatality count. This tells us that older and heavier used aircraft models contribute significantly to overall fatalities. Moving to the center, the donut chart shows crashes by operation. Civilian and private flights account for the majority of crashes, roughly 85%, while the military operations make up about 15%. This indicates that although military aviation is risky, commercial and civilian aviation experiences far more incidents due to higher flight volume. Here we see the total crashes by decade broken down by severity. Crash frequencies were highest between the 1970 with about 833 crashes and the 1990s with about 762 crashes. We can followed by a noticeable decline to to the year 1910 with about 26 crashes. This downtrend suggests that the advancements in aviation technology, safety regulations, and then pilot training have significantly reduced crash occurrences over time. So moving on to this gauge below over here, the gauge shows a fatal crash percentage of about 98.67. This means that nearly all recorded crashes involved fatalities, reinforcing how critical even a single aviation accident can be. So looking at this world map right here, we can see the crash concentration by state and by region. The highest density appears in the North America, followed by the Europe and then some parts of Asia, which aligns with regions that historically have high air traffic volume. So this pattern just it indicates and reflects more on exposure and frequency of flight rather than poor safety alone. So moving on to this area chart, um, right here, we can see that the area chart shows the total crashes by year. Crashes steadily increased from the early 90s and picked up around the mid to late 20th century, and then declined rapidly, um, and then declined sharply after the 2000s. This reinforces the earlier insights that modern aviations have become significantly safe over time. Overall, this dashboard, the analysis shows that aviation accidents were historically frequent and highly fatal, but long-term safety improvements have drastically reduced crash rates. However, when crashes do occur, they still remain extremely severe, highlighting the continued importance of strict safety standards and technological innovations. Thank you.